Right, g'day again. Alright, well I didn't manage to get the creases out of this thing, out of this screen. I tried, I heated it and heated it, I rolled it with that piece of steel, and no, I can't get these creases out there. They're permanent. And the burn marks is sort of, I actually burned it a bit more. The burn mark was only to here, I burned it a bit more trying to get this crease out. No, not gonna happen. Anyway, I thought, well, I'll try it on the bike, and yeah, I cut it out and discovered that, yeah, I'd cut it too short anyway, so, yeah, well, I took a guess when I cut it out of that big piece, when I decided it would be easier to, roll it in its actual size rather than trying to form a full sheet. And yeah, I've cut it short anyway, so yeah. So this piece is gonna go in the garbage probably. Anyway, all is not lost, at least for the moment. What I can do, as I said, I can check the fitment on the bike. And gauge whether I actually like the look of it. And yeah, it's sort of fairly reasonable. I don't think I'd want to go any higher than that. May even go shorter. Anyway, we'll make another piece that size. So, show you what I mean by making it shorter. As I said, I don't want to be looking through screens. It's bad enough having to look through the screen of your helmet. Like, you want to be able to read the road. You want to get a good look at the road. You're looking for oil patches, slippery bits, bumps, gravel, all sorts of things. It's anybody who rides, knows it's a bit different to a car. You've got to read your road surface. You've got to know what you're riding across. But anyway, we'll get you up to eye level. So this is eye level. So it's already blocking, 3 meters, probably 3 to 4 meters of my view. So I definitely don't want to go any higher than that, And, well, you can't see through it, but, you can't, it's not a clear, it's not clear enough, and especially if it's cold, it's going to fog up and whatever. So, yeah, as I said, I may well be cutting it down even lower yet. So you're like, it's about 1.5 inches above the tape. But that 1.5 inches, you come up to eye level. That extra 1.5 inches is a metre of your view you're cutting out. So, yeah, as I said, I may go down a bit lower. But the other thing I've discovered is that I didn't get my mould right. I haven't got enough bend. The bend is right down here, but this bend increases as it goes up. It goes sharper. See? So, yeah, so I've tweaked my mould. I've just spent another half hour. I've pulled my whole mould apart again. I'll cut the bends on the backside a fair bit sharper. I was hoping to just be able to, fold the tin around it, but yeah, that sort of wasn't going to happen. So, yeah, got me a bit of pipe back in the bench and in the vise. So I've increased the bend over the piece of pipe up the back here, and yeah, I'll throw it back on and I'll show you what I've actually learnt. what I've learnt is you're not trying to melt it, you're just trying to soften it. Try to soften it enough so that you can bend it. That's what you're trying to do. As I said, that I mucked it all up before because I was actually trying to melt it, and that's not what we need to do. This piece of tape I had across the top, that was put all the way across for a reason. So I'll measure that later and then I'll know how wide I need to cut the new piece. And, yeah, it's I just looked up the prices of it. The only place I can sort of get it locally is Bunnings. And yeah, it comes in a 600 by 1200 sheet, which is like 3 times what I need. But instead, you know, the spares I can use to be sandblasted. But yeah. The problem is, like, it's gone up a lot. Yeah. In the years since I bought that, I think I only remember paying 30 something, but it's probably more. It's probably 40 something. But yeah, it's now 65. So I know I didn't pay that much for it a year ago. So. But anyway, so being the time of year it is Christmas, it'd be well after Christmas before I could afford to pay out $65. And I'm trying to think of what else I can do, and then I remembered something. That window over there, not the slider, but the fixed one, it's got a shade of 3mm perspex in it. That was what I used as a window replacement a couple of years ago. Bit dirty, but it's not scratched, it'll clean up. So, yeah, I smashed actually 2 pieces. I had a frame standing up on the shed, and was it standing up? I was leaning on something anyway, but yeah, anyway, it fell over and smashed 2 windows. That one there, and this one here. This one here, this had only had the 1 bit of perspex, and so the other one I just stuck a bit of tin in, but yeah, looks like this window here is going to get a bit of tin for the time being. I should actually replace it with glass. So. Anyway, so that's where my next sheet of perspex is coming from. I'm going to sacrifice the window. So, anyway, enough yakking. Let's get on with bending. I'd have suggested that, you know, might be able to do it just with hot water, but I really don't think hot water is going to be strong enough, you know, or hot enough at least. Especially here, like we got instantaneous, you know, gas hot water. Yeah, full hot's only 60 degrees, and then you know, by the time you put it in the bath, which is barely anything big enough, yeah, it's only going to be 50 degrees, and bath will suck 10 degrees out of it, so yeah, 50 degrees is definitely not going to be enough. So anyway, so I know from, like, even just to, like, even though I'm not trying to melt it, I'm only trying to soften it, it still requires quite a lot of heat. So I'll show you in just a sec. Camera tape. Just run a bit of tape over so it doesn't move around. So the angle across the top doesn't change. Problem with these gloves is that there is a left and right. Once I put them on, I can switch the heat gun on, but I can't switch it off again. So I've actually got to take it out. And then I've got to take the glove off, switch the heat gun off, and press it down. If you're watching, you can see this corner just lifting up by itself. When I come over it with the heat, it moves. Yeah, so that tells me it's not hot enough. Yeah, here we go. I managed to actually switch it off from the glove one. Right, now we're just going to hold it down. Yeah. I'm going to hold it down until it cools down. I think I've got enough angle there. I've got enough angle up the back. It's sort of a difficult to get this angle because, as I said, it's different this end than the other end. And it basically starts bending. But this part here is probably going to be sticking out. I'm probably going to have to bend that in a bit more, I think, by the look of it. Yeah, that's why I taped it down previously. You've got to wait till it's completely cold. Otherwise it'll just spring back out again. Anyway, there we go. You can see by looking at that I haven't got enough angle on there anyway. Yeah, a little bit of panel beating to be mowed. Anyway, so I'll do a little bit of update. Just give you a quick example of what you need to do. So, yeah. Need to get the hammer. I'll actually tap it with the. There we go, tapping it with the perspex on there. Doesn't feel dented. That actually worked, tapping it with the little perspex on there. See. stuff that played on hammer dents. I'll let that up. Push it in a bit. So when you get hot enough, if it's loose you can see it moving, but in this case along here, because it's already tucked in down in, I was just feeling it to see if it had softened up enough to move. While running along with the glove too. The glove itself is pulling the heat out. It's helping it to cool down quicker. Still a bit rounded, but anyway. I'll do that to the other side. I think that's cool enough to you. It's still a bit hot, a bit warm. Still got a little bit of spring in it. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I said I'll pull this other side in there. And you see this other side seems to be already pulled in a bit. I don't think I actually need to tap the other side. Maybe just a little bit at the front. Yeah. Anyway. That's enough for this video. We'll leave it at that, and yeah, the next one will be with a new sheet.